Yo, what's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another vid. Well, I thought the WNBA deserves a spotlight on my platform because of what I seen last night in that Game 5 finals series between the Minnesota Lynx and the Los Angeles Sparks. Now, those who did watch that game last night, I can tell you that that game was so damn good that even the people who watched that game, the Minnesota Lynx fans and the Sparks fans in particular, are still talking about how it went down, how that series went down. All I gotta say is the NBA, though it has had its struggling, it's struggled throughout its years, definitely had a great 20th anniversary year. They had a great year. You can't dispute that. But yes, they still have work to do as far as trying to get people to come to the games. But they have improved their attendance by 5%. And they've also increased their social media presence by 25%. And their League Pass subscribers has increased by 30%. So they're definitely trending in the right direction. So, but they still got a little work to do. So, yeah, congratulations to the LA Sparks. They became the 2016 WNBA champions. But they won it in a very, very tough, hard-fought series in the Game 5 when they actually won it at a buzzer beater. But yet the Game 5 did it's clouded with a lot of controversy, but it all started in Game 4, and the controversy did continue up to Game 5. But let me briefly recap the series here. Now, Game 1 was a very, very close game. It was held in Minnesota, and so had the home court advantage. LA stole that game by a game-winning shot by Alana Beard at the buzzer. LA won it by 2 points, 78-76. So they had stole the home court advantage over the Lynx. The Lynx came in one Game 2 in a semi-blowout by 19 points. And then the series transitioned back to LA, where the Sparks won Game 3 in a semi-blowout by 17 points, 92-75. Then again, as I mentioned, Game 4 was surrounded with so much controversy, just as Game 5. The Sparks were down by 2 with 30 seconds left. They turned the ball over, and this is in Game 4. They turned the ball over. They were playing full court press defense when the Lynx got back the ball. Nikki Whaling was in trouble. Or Lindsay Whaling. I'm sorry, not Nikki Whaling. Lindsay Whaling was in trouble. And she was trying to get out of the double team. And then, next thing you know, as the shot clock went down to 15 seconds, the Lynx still had the ball in the back court, and they should have been whistled a violation. They never got the violation. And the violation call was not made. So the Lynx was able to advance the ball. As soon as Rebecca Bronson caught the ball in the underneath the rim, she was going up for layup, and Candace Parker was there to give a clean block on the play, and she was whistle a foul. And that right there was so much controversy because you had two calls right there. You had called a unjust foul on Candace Parker and a non-backcourt violation. So that cost the Sparks that game right there. And I know a lot of Minnesota Lynx fans were all demeaning and taunting the Sparks fans who were upset about that, saying, look, this is all part of the game, which is true. It's all part of the game. Missed calls and bad officiating do occur. So the league came out and issued a memo and saying, look, after reviewing what happened, the backcourt violation should have been called, and that foul by Candace Parker should not have been called either. So pretty much we're wrong. We made the mistake. Got to move on. Nothing you could do to reverse the decision. So Game 5 occurred, and there were some controversial moments in this game. Even though it was a very damn good game, it went down probably is one of the best games that's ever played, and probably the best final series that's ever been played in all time in WNBA history. Now, some would argue, if you are truly a WNBA fan, you watched it over the years, some would argue that the Detroit Shock and the Phoenix Mercury was probably one of the best final series that's ever played because of the physicality and the semi-fights that's happened at that time that was going on in that series. A lot of rough play, but other than that, the controversy in Game 5 between the Lynx and the Sparks, someone argued that the Sparks championship would be left as an asterisk because in one moment in the game, Sylvia Fowles, which is the star center of the Minnesota Lynx, got injured in play, and Cheryl Reeve, the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, was yelling at her players to foul somebody so that way they can take her off the court, but they didn't do that, and LA Sparks were able to advance the ball in a quick transition and get a quick bucket due to the fact that Fouls was not on the court, was not present. So Cheryl Reeve got the timeout. She just really raced off half court to yell and go out to get Sylvia Fowles off the court. The next thing you know, she got hit with a technical foul. Wow, yes, she got hit with a technical foul. And me as a Sparks fan, I ain't gonna lie to you, that right there that technical foul should not have been called. Should not been called on Cheryl Reeve. None whatsoever. But yet, let's move on, transition to the game. I think this happened in the middle of the third quarter. Yeah. And then another controversy that happened is where Mecca Guma came. When the game was tied 71-71, and Mecca Guma came, the league's MVP, had caught the ball in the low post, and she shot the ball with the time winding down on the shot clock. The shot went in, but the thing is, the shot clock had expired before the ball left her hand, so that basket should not have counted. So that's the problem right there. The ball should not have counted, and one of the referees has signaled for a review, but the problem is, according to the rules, that under 2 minutes, when the ball still when there's still continued play, when the play is still in continue, I'm butchering the words here. According to the rule book, I believe. According to the rule book, if it's under 2 minutes, a play cannot be reviewed. Now, what's the irony about that is the league did come out and they issued a statement and said, you know what? After reviewing what happened, that basket reviewed and it did not have counted. So, I don't know. There's a little bit of conflicting rules here that the competition committee is going to have to look at right there when it comes to that situation under 2 minutes. But anyways, the basket was good. It was not rescinded by a Mecca Kane, so the game remained tied. So anyways, Minnesota had grabbed the lead by 1 point by a free throw made by Simone Augustus and missed by, I think it was Rebecca Brunson or Simone Augustus, one of the two. Made one and missed one, okay? Then the Sparks got the ball back, and Candace Parker had laid up, gave the Sparks a lead back with the layup. And then with 16 seconds left, Maya Moore hit a jump shot, a key clutch jump shot that gave the Lynx the lead with about 10 seconds left. And the Sparks came back and they hurried down court. Next you know, Nekaguma King, who is the league's MVP, hit the game-winning shot. And next you know, the Sparks won the game in a very dramatic way, in a very exciting game. And it's funny, though, it was so amazing about this game is that 20,000 people were there. 20,000 people were there for that game. And I'm going to tell you right now that this game was so amazing that even you got people still talking about it since yesterday. And the Lynx fans, they have some nerve to gripe and bitch about the officiating because they're the ones who demeaned and disrespected the Sparks fans when they were upset about how they were robbed in Game 4. Now they're complaining about being robbed in Game 5. So, I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't say that, bad officiating is all part of the game, get over it, and then when it happens to your team, you want to turn the blind and not say that the rules shouldn't apply to your team. So I don't get it, man. And you have Cheryl Reeve who's still upset about that she even criticized the officiating and saying, put the league on blast. Look, you're going to have to do better than, this is only paraphrasing what she said at the press conference. She said, look, you're going to have to do better than put out memos saying we made a mistake. You got to do something about the officiating because she was highly upset after that Game 5. Highly upset. So, it is what's done is done. But those of you who have not watched that Game 5, go ahead and I suggest you stop this video and go ahead and look at that Game 5. Well, it's too late. I already gave you the results. But still, I suggest you go look at it anyway. Oh, man. All I got to say is my hat's off to the WNBA. Yes, they've struggled over the years financially. They've had some operations that's folded. Some have relocated. Some have sold to other owners. But the fact is, it's still around. It's been around since 20 years. And this 20th year of this league's history, of this league, has been a very great year for them. Attendance went up by 5%. Their social media presence has went up by 24%. And their league pass subscriptions went up by 45%, by 45%. So they've actually had a good year. Very good, very, very good year in a very long time. Even though they've had some good years prior, but 2015 wasn't that great of a year, but they still have ways to go. Again, congratulations to Candace Parker. Well-deserved victory, and the LA Sparks is the champions. I'm out. Peace.